Of the Fitchburg City Council. I now call this meeting to order. Please be advised that FATV is conducting audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast. I would ask that anyone in the audience who is recording this meeting to please identify themselves for the record now by standing and stating your name and city of residence. Seeing none, at this time, I ask that all electronic devices be placed into silent mode. Councillor Walsh, would you please lead us in salute to the flag?
Certainly. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Happy to. Councillor Walsh.
Here.
President Zarella.
Here.
Councillor Boschman. Councillor Kuchar.
Here.
Councillor Cragen.
Here.
Councillor Cruz.
Here.
Councillor Di Natale.
Here.
Councillor Fleming. Councillor Green.
Here.
Councillor Schultz.
Here.
Councillor Van Hazinga.
Here.
We have 9 members present.
Thank you very much. For public forum, we have no one signed in remotely. And we have, first up, Chief Martineau.
Good evening, Council. Good evening, Councilors. President Zarella, Madam Mayor. I would like to comment on the appointment of Captain Giannini as my successor as Chief of Police for the City of Fitchburg. 9 years ago, one of my first promotions as a new chief was then Lieutenant Giannini to the rank of police captain. At that time, it was my hope to establish a team that would see each and every aspect of the daily management of the Fitchburg Police Department. The executive development has come full circle this evening, bringing us here tonight. Captain Giannini has commanded all 3 administrative divisions within the Fitchburg Police Department, from operations to finance, internal affairs, support services. Captain Giannini worked side by side with me directly, and we successfully completed negotiations with the Fitchburg Police Union on 2 collective bargaining agreements. And most importantly, at any time during my extended absences while on vacation, I always placed Captain Giannini with the full trust as the commander of the Fitchburg Police Department. With these qualifications alone, this makes Captain Giannini more than capable to be our next police chief. However, it's the relationship between the mayor and the police chief that I would like to highlight. I've had the distinct honor to work with 3 different mayors. I can say without a doubt that mutual trust and respect is paramount between any mayor and a police chief. I believe that this has been established by Captain Giannini's impeccable record, but more importantly by the mayor doing her due diligence, interviewing and conducting background checks of all 3 candidates. I ask each of you, please, to support this appointment this evening. As you can see from the overwhelming majority of support, the Fitchburg Police Department stands in unity and solidarity with this appointment, and we look forward to continued success in the bright future of Chief Giannini. Thank you.
Thank you. Captain LeMay.
Good evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to speak on the appointment of Captain Stephen Giannini as the next Chief of Police for Fitchburg Police Department. Captain Giannini brings experience, professionalism, and dedication to this position. I'm confident that under his leadership, the Fitchburg Police Department will continue to uphold the mission to protect with integrity, fairness, and transparency. His vision for the department aligns perfectly with Fitchburg Police Department's core values. On a personal note, Captain Giannini and I share a unique bond, having graduated the police academy together. I am extremely proud of his accomplishment and am genuinely excited to continue to work alongside him as we continue to address the challenges and opportunities ahead. In closing, I want to extend my gratitude to the mayor and the representatives of the search committee for their dedication throughout this process. I fully support Captain Giannini as he steps into this vital role, and I'm confident that Fitchburg Police is in excellent hands as we embark on the next chapter of leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Captain Garcia.
Good evening. I'm also here to support the appointment of Captain Giannini. Captain Giannini's not only a coworker, but he's a good friend, and he's more than qualified to do this job. And I look forward to you appointing him this evening, and I have the utmost respect and confidence that we're going to move forward with him. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Glenn Fossa.
Good evening. I won't take much of your time. I'm here to speak as a resident and as a former member of the Fitchburg Police Department and the appointment of Captain Steve Giannini as Chief of Police. I had the pleasure of having Captain Giannini. First introduction was as a recruit and graduate of the Police Academy, come into training. And from that very first day that I met Captain Giannini, he has exemplified all of the things that you've heard from his coworkers. And we are truly blessed as a city and as a community to have him lead our police department forward from Chief Martineau's previous 10 years. What I would like to say is that when you see young folks here, some of which I don't even know their names of now because I've been out of the service since 2016, when they're representing their department and their leadership forward, we can say we have a special place here in the city of Fitchburg, and therefore I endorse the chief as a resident of the city.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone wishing to speak who didn't get a chance to sign in? Please approach the center podium, state your name and city of residence, and the agenda item on which you wish to speak. Seeing none, we will move to our announcements. The next meeting of the Widowed Helping Widowed Support Group will take place on Thursday, January 16th, 2025, from 4 until 5:30 p.m. in room 205 at the Fitchburg State University Recreation Center, 130 North Street. Kelly Lynn and Bernie Schultz will co-facilitate the meeting. The Montechusett Martin Luther King Coalition would like to invite you to its 26th annual Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. The celebration will take place on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, January 20th, 2025, from 12 to 3 p.m. in the Fitchburg Senior Center. The City of Fitchburg has designated this year's celebration as a Civic Days event. This year's keynote speaker for the celebration will be Leona Wetzel, MOC's Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer. Members of the public are invited to participate in a citizen-led group researching the history of Black residents in Fitchburg and the region. This group meets at the Fitchburg Historical Society every Wednesday from 3 to 6 p.m. They are also preparing for Black History Trivia Night at the Society on Saturday, February 8th. 7 p.m., but are also researching Black individuals, businesses, and associations to add to the archives. There is no cost. They welcome students, adults, and seniors, and it meets every Wednesday from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Historical Society. You can call 978-345-1157 to learn more, or just show up and join. Next, we have the report of the Committee on Records. Councillor Walsh.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've reviewed the records, and they appear to be in order.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to accept. Move to approve.
I have a motion and second to accept and approve the report of the Committee on Records. If there is no objection, we'll take this by unanimous consent. Seeing none, we next have a communication from Her Honor the Mayor, the appointment letter of Captain Stephen D. Giannini to the position of Chief of Police effective February 1st, 2025 for a term to expire January 31st, 2028. Madam Mayor, before we entertain the request for suspension, did you wish to read your letter? Or would you like to hold that for the moment?
I do have words to introduce, a little different than the letter that I sent.
By all means, go ahead.
Now or in the Council of Home meeting?
At your choice, at your option.
All right, I'm going to go to this podium.
All right.
All right. Good evening, city councilors, colleagues, and members of the public.
It is with great pride and optimism for the future of our city that I come before you tonight to request your confirmation of my appointment of Captain Stephen D. Giannini to the rank of Chief of Police for the City of Fitchburg, effective February 1st, 2025. This decision follows a deliberate, comprehensive, and thoughtful process to ensure that the best candidate is chosen to lead our police department into the future. As you know, the selection of police chief is among the most consequential decisions we make as a city, given the critical role the position plays in fostering public safety, trust, and community well-being. I want to sincerely thank the members of the search committee for their dedication and commitment to this important process, ensuring a thorough and thoughtful review of candidates to guide our police department's future. And I want to clarify and emphasize the role of the search committee and the assessment center in this process. Both serve in an advisory capacity, ensuring that candidates are qualified and identifying any concerns. The search committee's role, specifically defined in City Code Chapter 40, Article 2, Section 23, as amended in 2002, is to solicit and review applications, interview qualified candidates, and make recommendations to the mayor. Unlike the fire chief, the police chief in Fitchburg is not a civil service appointment and therefore is not governed by Civil Service Commission rules and regulations. This is a mayoral appointment subject to confirmation by this honorable body. Candidate scores are evaluative and privileged information and are not public record. Communities are prohibited from discussing or making examination scores public. The Human Resources Department and the mayor, as sole appointing authority, must maintain the confidentiality of the scores as part of the personnel record. The decision to appoint Captain Stephen Giannini came after an extensive review process, including individual, professional, and community assessments and interviews with myself. Finally, a thorough background check was conducted by the State Police Certification Unit, revealing no areas of concern. We thank the State Police and appreciate our strong working relationship together. I want to recognize the exceptional leadership and qualifications that are demonstrated by all three captains who were part of this process. Each individually were recommended for the role of Chief of Police, and each is undeniably capable of leading the Fitchburg Police Department. Captain Giannini, however, stands out for his breadth of experience, depth of knowledge, and effective communication and decision-making under pressure. A 33-year resident of the city of Fitchburg and a graduate of Western New England University with a bachelor's degree in law enforcement, Captain Giannini has dedicated over 28 years to law enforcement. For nearly a decade, he has served as second-in-command captain within our police department, holding every command role. 4 years as operations commander, 2 years as technical services commander, and 4 years as support services commander. Captain Giannini has consistently demonstrated professionalism, integrity, and a deep commitment to the Fitchburg community. His core beliefs, accountability, integrity, and transparency resonate not only with myself, but with the desires of our citizens for fostering trust between the community and the police department. Captain Giannini is a proven leader with expertise in budgeting, personnel management, and crisis response. He understands the importance of diversity within our department and actively works to cultivate a culture of inclusivity. Highly approachable, he fosters open collaboration and trust within the department and the community. In my going on 8 years serving as both mayor and city councilor, I have had the privilege of working closely with Captain Giannini. Through that experience, I am confident in his ability to lead with vision, professionalism, and integrity. I respectfully request that this honorable body confirm my appointment of Captain Stephen G. Giannini as the next Chief of Police. His extensive experience, demonstrated leadership, and commitment to our city make him the ideal choice to guide our department forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, I'd like to both entertain a motion for suspension, but also explain both, I guess, to the council, but also to the public, what the process is from this point forward until the point where we make our decision, because it's a little convoluted. If we don't vote a suspension of the rules, this just gets sent to appointments like any other appointment. I think we're all in agreement that this is far too large a matter to, no offense to the appointments committee or anything, but, far too large a matter to commit to only 5 members of the council. So first we would take a vote to suspend the rules, which would allow us simply to not send it to appointments. Then we have essentially 3 options. We could simply take it up as a body immediately in full council session. We could refer it to council as a whole committee and immediately recess the council to go into council as a whole tonight, have our committee debate, then come out of committee back into council and conclude the matter. Or we could send it to council as a whole committee at a later date, which would, at this point, it looks like be immediately prior to our meeting on the 21st. So first, I would like to entertain the initial motion to suspend.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and second for suspension of the rules. Is there any objection? Seeing none, it is now for the council to put forward a motion as to how we intend to move forward with this.
Motion to move into a council as a whole.
Second?
I have a motion and second to recess this body into a council as a whole committee for the purpose of taking up this item. Do I have any objection? In that case, I declare this council meeting to be in recess. We will return following the council as a whole committee meet. I say return, but we will return to full council session following the council as a whole committee meeting. I now call this meeting back to order. The next item on our agenda is the report of the council as a whole committee. The council as a whole committee just met and took up a single item, the appointment of Captain Stephen D. Giannini to the position of Chief of Police effective February 1st, 2025 for a term to expire January 30th, 2028. The recommendation of the committee was unanimously in favor, 9-0.
Motion to accept?
Second.
I have a motion and second. And just for one more time, I'm going to ask that this be taken by roll call.
Councilor Walsh.
Yes.
President Zarella.
Yes.
Councilor Kuchar.
Yes.
Councilor Cragen.
Yes.
Councilor Cruz.
Yes.
Councilor Di Natale.
Yes.
Councilor Green.
Yes.
Councilor Schultz.
Yes.
Councilor Van Hazinga.
Yes.
All 9 members unanimously support the decision.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
And the actual night of my swearing in isn't set in stone yet, but you'll all be invited, and I appreciate what you did here tonight.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
We have 3 orders to be referred to Finance, 003 through 00525. If no one objects, we will waive reading. Those stand referred to Finance. 00625, order authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of agreement between the City of Fitchburg and the Fitchburg Police Union as outlined in the attached order. That stands referred to Public Safety. And 00725, Jeffrey A. Bean to petition that the legislative building be named the Ronald B. Injami Legislative Building. That will stand referred to Legislative Affairs. And that concludes the business of the evening.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and second to adjourn. Seeing no objection, we are adjourned.